What's up, openers? We were at the good old 1-4 Lucky 14. 7 plus 7 is what? 14. Welcome to Open Relationship Podcast, where we have an open and honest conversation about everything from A to Z as it pertains to the LGBTQ plus community and beyond. I'm your host, Rodney.
I'm Devin.
I'm Tay.
And I'm Solomon.
And we about to start this good old show.
You got the whole thing right without missing it.
I
You
did.
Close
Because I was going to say, we might need to shorten that for Rodney.
Look, proud of me.
I was on the edge of my seat.
But y'all, thank y'all so much. Look, hey, we need y'all to do this real quick. Mo, put a big subscribe scream on this point. We need y'all to subscribe. Y'all watch. We love it. Look, I'm not fussing at y'all, but we need y'all to subscribe. If you're watching this right now, hit the damn subscribe button. It's free.
Fussing.
Okay, please hit the subscribe button. It's free. We just want you to subscribe, guys. That's all, okay? Just hit it. It's going to be right on the screen, wherever this is. On the screen
Right.
somewhere. Just hit subscribe. Oh, just hit subscribe. But Devin, how was your week?
I had a busy week, a really busy week. It's been a good week, but really busy. I told you guys I don't know if I told you guys, but I started my master's program this week. So I'm excited about that, but it's busy because I'm also...
Tell us that.
Nothing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're gonna be
But I told y'all
principal?
that I was going to start it soon. No?
No.
Oh, yes, I did start. Well, at least say, that, like, congratulations. I don't know.
As much as we talk, we think about this.
Because I literally have been busy. Like, literally, I went out of town this weekend, then I came back. It was the first day of school for my students. I'm in the counseling program, as Solomon knows. Well, y'all know too, but, you know, and the master's program started. I'm getting up early, working. Like, it's like everything is, like,
Nice.
on the grind. So I went from, like, a lazy summer kind of to, like, fast.
So you want to be a
everything.
principal?
Yes, that's my ultimate goal.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my ultimate goal.
Niece has got her master's, so then now she got to get the certification.
Right, her administrative
Okay, yeah.
certification. Okay, niece, you need to plug us in so we can chat.
Yeah, I will.
But yeah, but it's been a good week though. So although it's been very busy, like I really like prayed to be this busy, like doing things that are like productive and things that I love. So going back to school was not something I love, but it's gonna be helpful for what I want to do ultimately. And then of course being here with you guys for the show. So I'm excited. I had a good week. I can't complain.
When I crossed that stage in 2013,
You were like, I'm done.
I was like, fuck it.
I said the same thing in 2010. Did I graduate 2010? Yeah. I said the same thing, but it's gonna pay off to get the master's, so I'm gonna suck it up. My job's paying for it. That's
Oh.
that's
Yeah,
the
that's
Then
ultimate.
you want to be a principal. That makes sense.
Yeah,
But see, I don't
so-
know what I would go back in a master's for what.
Yeah, I'm just not
Master
one of
of
those.
Science. What I'm doing, bitch.
I'm not one of those I love school people. Like some people are like, oh, I'm in school, like I'm so smart. I think I'm smart, but I don't like school.
I know somebody with 3 masters and 2 doctorates.
Oh wow.
Crazy.
No, thank
It's a
you.
lot of school.
But kudos to them though. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Girl, they make
Don't do it.
Not enough.
not for what not having
For
goddamn
20
That
degrees.
used to be somebody VP, not somebody, not your boss telling you what to do, and you got more credentials than them and his boss. And his boss.
With 20 degrees, I would think that you are the boss. Yeah. But we won't come at the person that we're talking about. We don't want to be
Just
insensitive.
don't be. I call
don't
them an educated fool. Like, ain't no way I'm gonna have 2 doctorates, 3 masters. And he probably got about 6 goddamn
Certifications?
bachelor degrees.
Oh.
And then you telling me that your boss.
That doesn't even sound right with all those degrees after your name. But let's not be insensitive
Yeah,
because
you gotta
remember
watch what
people
you say
you
now.
know.
Child, you a fool. Come after me.
But it also depends on what they do. Like, if their role is very specific, then, I mean...
Any of us could do what he does.
all right.
Oh well, no, no.
Now you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get it.
He probably got more credentials than his VP.
No, but does he have common sense? Because why are you staying in an environment where you know that you're more certified?
So he comes from humble beginnings where
Which is fine.
which is like his family was like very nobody's educated.
Okay.
So
Okay.
he loves school. He's one of who just loves school.
Oh, okay.
So
Gotcha.
he just went.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
He in school now.
Damn.
Okay. So when you said we will love school, I'm like, oh
No,
yeah,
couldn't
like
be
he
me.
just likes
But kudos
school.
to the people that do.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, I like learning.
I love learning, but there's other ways. There's other avenues, and I'll take.
Say, how was your
This week has been really like just smooth, I guess. Like I ain't really had nothing going on. I just been working and I work all weekend, so I mean I ain't really got nothing going on.
That's the good thing, child. Everything was smooth. What?
Click, click.
Oh,
What? Oh.
Butter's already bad. Leave me the fuck alone.
Do you wanna change your response, your answer?
Just we praying for you, baby.
Just keep me in prayer, y'all. If I'm not on the show, I'll be gone for a while.
Wait a minute. What was that song? I'll be gone till November.
Girl, we gonna get you some ramen noodles.
So what we like hold his spot?
Yeah, it's gonna be a black tissue like they do when people pass away.
Oh, well,
No,
not
no,
that. Right, not that.
I mean, we
Ain't
could
really gonna be
something-
dead.
we could do a cardboard cutout.
Yeah.
Okay, that would be cute. And put a hat on.
There you go.
That would be cute. We could do that.
Oh, we just get you a cell phone, girl. You know you can call.
That's it. I call in, do my little pillow talk
Uh,
thing.
We're not accepting any collect calls.
I'll accept. But only on Wednesday.
Girl, you got 5 minutes
To do your segment and get off the
I'm done.
Oh
I'm
my
done.
god.
Oh, shit. I just had a fun. Y'all, it's just all fun and games.
Yeah,
Please
and
go
they're
to the
probably
series.
wondering what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But we're not gonna. We can't tell them. But
Yeah.
yeah, but pray for Tay, y'all.
Yes, pray for me.
Solomon, how was your week?
My week has been a busy week. Monday I had a
Who are you wearing? Cause this is cute.
so okay. All right. So this is Jolie Noir. And so if you're not familiar with Jolie Noir, it's a black owned company. And for Black History Month, they were actually featured in Target. This is a new company and they specialize in luxury leisure wear. I actually know one of the owners. Her name is Kimberly Lockett and her sister Keandra Lockett. So they started the company. They first started out with a fashion blog. I think it was Red Glasses Sisters, and then they started their line, and it has blown up. They are absolutely amazing. I love black-owned companies, and I have been wearing black-owned companies, and so I want to do a better job with shouting them out.
Yeah, this was really
Okay.
cute. Like I
Well,
told you,
make
we
sure
got
you
it. It's really
give us a
cute.
sponsor. 'Cause we did a whole free
Yeah.
segment.
Oh no.
Yeah. Well, you're the one that opened the floor for
I
me.
don't want to know who was he wearing. He had to put the whole spill. Like he really sold the shit out of that. I was gonna buy it. He gave it Target where you could buy it with a one. He did a lot.
Yes, I love the brand. I love their style. It's definitely a vibe.
Yeah, it's giving
Yeah.
chill chic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Appreciate you.
But back to my week, I had state audits this week, the annual state audits. I had one on Monday, which was a surprise. Well, I mean, of course, they're always a surprise. But then I walked into work on Tuesday, and then there was the one for the other clinic.
Is it clink clink too?
No,
Right.
no,
Not too down.
we are.
Girl, they gonna say we argued.
Please don't spit on me.
No, stop! Don't tell them that. I slapped actually, but
I mean, a little
You're
cyber
used
is
to
nice.
well,
Look.
look, guys, so stop being mean.
But yeah, we've been really compliant, so it's been a great week. A very accomplished week, and like I'm just glad those are over for the year.
Yeah, hey man.
yeah, that was a good word for the week. Accomplished.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that's it.
Yeah, we all did accomplish things.
All right.
How was your week?
Come on, Rodney.
Did Devin go?
Devin was first.
Yeah,
Do you look at her?
I'm always first every week.
Where am I at sometimes, guys? That really scared me. Like my
Be
mind,
in your cup.
that really scares me
Yeah,
for real. I'm really freaking out. I don't.
Well,
Remember
let's
you.
freak out after the show.
Yeah. I moved into my new place.
Yes,
Hey.
congratulations.
Shout out to your apartment, but y'all, let me tell you how nasty my goddamn neighbors are. So
Like your new neighbors?
yes, we have a dog
Alrighty.
park. So dog park is about the size of that room where we recorded with the guests. Like it's
Okay.
a nice area.
Okay.
Is there shit everywhere on the grass? They don't pick up after the dog. They give you free doggy bags. They got a trash can for the poop. I mean, it's just shit everywhere.
Oh no.
And I'm just like, and here I am picking up my dog shit. Like it's
Well,
takes
you're
a
probably stepping
second.
and shit, picking up.
No,
your
no, no,
dog
no.
shit.
I watch, but like it's to me, I complain. I never seen a
Yeah.
complaint until apartment complex ever. But I'm like, y'all need to do better with this. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to walk outside and see 30 dookie piles.
Yeah, especially because I'm sure where you live, the rent is not cheap.
Right.
So if y'all gonna charge all this rent, it needs to be spick and span. If you want to take a couple dollars off, then maybe I can deal with a little poop here.
Yeah, like I mean, just walk out. Y'all know, you ever seen the mud bug piles in your backyard?
Oh, yeah, the
You know what I'm talking
mud
about?
pile, yeah.
Like you probably don't know it's a southern thing, but imagine that.
Yeah.
So could you just imagine?
What's
I
it
can
called?
only imagine.
It's like mud.
It's like a mud pile.
like mud bugs. They dig in the ground.
they
so
dig in the ground and they make.
Oh,
I used to play with them when I was little.
Yeah, me too.
Mud bugs?
They call mud bugs.
Wait, did you play
And y'all-
the mud or the bug?
The mud.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I would play. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I used to
I
play with
made
them.
mud
thought you
pies
meant
and
the-
everything.
Yeah, we go up there. I used to put
Patties
on a
and
fake little
shit.
girl I had.
Hey.
Mud
I
patty.
made a whole cake. I had grass.
I
It was
have
so
too.
cute.
Yes, I've done
So cute.
that.
Y'all kids know about that now. Y'all kids
It's definitely a southern
on
thing.
tablets
Like,
and shit.
live in Mississippi and Louisiana and stuff, like the kids really did that. Like,
Yeah.
for fun.
All right, so moving on to the reason why Rodney is forgetting his words. Barely reached this-
Can't
move my
remember
mic.
what it is.
So we are drinking Terramana. We're sponsored by Terramana Tequila tonight, and this is actually by Dwayne the Rock Johnson. It is really, really good. So short story about this: I was at a bar, probably a couple months ago, and I asked for Terramana. So the bartender was like, I'm a bar connoisseur, I'm a liquor connoisseur, and do you trust me? So I'm like, I mean, I guess if you're gonna ask me all that, before I get a drink, then I guess. So she's like, I'm just gonna tell you that Casamigo has a lot of fillers. We're probably not gonna get sponsored by them since I'm saying this. Casamigo has a lot of fillers because that's what I asked for. But she said, I'm gonna put you on a Terramana. It's no fillers. It's like straight up tequila. It's authentic. And I didn't know it was The Rock's tequila until I did further research. But thank you, Terramana. Thank you to The Rock. Hopefully he'll feature us in like a movie or something one day. But it's really good. I know it comes
He
in.
just come sit right here.
Well, no, he's probably gonna sit here and then I'll just sit on his lap.
And he's married.
And she can.
Y'all can scissor.
Never mind.
Respectfully.
Now Terramana's never gonna sponsor us again. Thank you so much, Terramana. Oh, I cannot forget. Before I forget, so usually we'll have a chaser with whatever liquor we have, but tonight we have our pink lemonade. This time, last time we made regular lemonade. This time it's pink lemonade. Tay makes an amazing lemonade. So when he found out that we were bringing the Terramana that we got sponsored by, he was like, "All right, I'm definitely bringing my lemonade." So if you guys want to get some, shout it out. We had it first at his.
At my house.
Yeah, you had some function that you had.
It was a barbecue.
A
Was it?
barbecue, yeah.
Barbecue.
Okay, it was
That's
a
some
barbecue.
function.
Girl, we gonna sell you some lemonade. You gonna be all right.
So if you want some authentic homemade lemonade, y'all can hit Tay up. His Instagram handle is like, where is it? It's down here.
Yeah, on this side.
It's over here.
You buy his lemonade.
Mhm.
He buy it.
So thank you, Terramana. Thank you to The Rock. And thank you, Tay.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. All right. So to get into Pillow Talk with Tay today, we're gonna first start off with our music review, y'all. Y'all ready?
You won't break my heart.
Not.
You won't break my heart.
All right. So we all know Beyonce dropped her anticipated album Renaissance this past week, and I think we all took a good listen to it. I heard Solomon listen to it like 20 times.
I did.
So,
He's a beehive.
oh, okay. Well, I'm not
He's
part of
not
the
the
Beehive. However, I did enjoy the album. It was definitely different. I wasn't expecting that. But overall, I actually enjoyed it. My favorite songs are Alien Superstar, Cuff It, and Church Girl. Like, I get what Church
Love
Girl.
Church Girl. I love Church Girl.
Church girl for me.
Yeah, same.
Church Girl.
And break my hole.
And for me, my favorites are Heated, Cuff It, Energy. Those are my
Okay.
favorites.
Devin.
My favorite would have to be Break My Soul just because, I don't know, it just gives you that.
That's it.
I said that was starting with that. and then my reasoning for
Because you were
it.
just like my favorite. I'm like, wait, that's
No,
it.
so one of my favorites, Break My Soul, because it gives you like this. I would say Church Girl is definitely one of my favorites as well. And those are like my only two faves.
So wait,
Like,
Break Your Soldier for one of your faves, but you wouldn't pay for it last time we talked.
I wouldn't what? I wouldn't what?
You wouldn't pay for it.
What do you mean I wouldn't pay for it?
You said you wouldn't spend your last dollar on it.
I wouldn't spend my last dollar, but it's one of my favorite
I
songs
wouldn't either.
from the album. Now, if you ask me what other R&B artists, like maybe Maxwell or somebody like that I would spend my last on, maybe, but not that song.
So now
But
we heard
it's
the whole album. Would you spend your last dollar on it?
on the album itself.
Yeah.
I don't think it would be that serious to need to do that.
I'd rather have Subway. Eat
Oh,
fresh.
God.
Solomon.
I'm not buying the album. But I mean, I like it. I enjoy it.
Oh, you would not buy the album.
Well, I don't believe in spending money. Like if I could stream it, and like I have a streaming service that I pay for, so if I could stream it, then I'll do that. But that also
Yeah.
gives me other music.
So like Apple Music. And
Yeah.
stuff, yeah.
So right now, I'm assuming you wouldn't buy it either.
I can't remember the last time I bought an album.
Yeah, me either.
You wouldn't buy it either. No. Rodney wouldn't buy it, y'all. His face says.
But
so.
I would
I don't want
love.
to get canceled.
I would love. I would love to see her in concert. I would love to see her in concert.
so
I would
expensive,
definitely pay
child.
for that. But I've never been to a Beyonce concert ever.
I have not.
Ever.
Beyonce, I talk so much shit about you. But if you want to go to a concert and be entertained, when she came to Atlanta, I was impressed. It's a lot. It takes a lot to impress me. But she did that.
Yeah.
Now I
She
won't go for
always-
singing.
She always does.
But if you want to go for like the oohs and the eyes and all that stuff, she's your girl.
Yeah, she's an excellent entertainer.
Yeah, she's 10 across the board.
Yeah.
Hands down. Now I'll give you flowers for that, Beyonce.
So I wouldn't pay for the album, but I would pay to get a ticket to the concert.
Yeah.
But honestly,
believe that for
when was the last time y'all bought an album?
Never. LimeWire.
Right.
Okay.
Here's my list. Can you make my CD?
Right. Can you burn this CD for me? Look, I used to spend $15.
There you go.
So I mean, I so for context, I think that's important because
But I think-
if we're talking about spending your last dollar on an album, and some of y'all won't, but you haven't bought an album ever. I mean, I think that's
honestly,
the
I would say the last album I actually bought.
well, you just said never.
Well, I bought an album. I can take that back.
I guess he's recalling.
I bought. Actually, I bought all the Leah albums, all of them.
Okay.
Oh,
I did get a Leah album. I begged
Yeah.
my parents did,
Yeah.
actually.
I bought.
I do have her. And I think Alicia Keys' album. It was on CD.
Just a Leah.
Yeah.
I did get Alicia Keys. Some people want it all.
Yeah, the album.
Yes.
Oh my God, that's one of my favorite songs. Yeah. I might sing that at my wedding.
I think that's on the album. I got it.
Okay, y'all.
You might sing it.
I might sing it.
That's what you gonna say.
Y'all will be there. Y'all will see.
Do you want Some People Want It All for a wedding song?
I would sing that. Some people want it all, but I don't want nothing at all if it ain't you. And you're the love of my life. What?
I don't think that's a
Okay.
wedding
I mean, it's basically confessing.
It's basically gonna be my wedding and how I feel about the person that I'm marrying.
But do you want the diamond ring though? Because
Well,
you
you-
said some people want to. Some people. Wait.
But it's more of a figure of speech
But I
when it comes to
want nothing at all if it ain't you, baby. If I ain't got you, baby. Some people want diamond rings, but some just want everything. But everything means nothing if I ain't got you. Yeah.
We did that. We did that.
Hey!
that's a good wedding song.
I'm gonna do.
Now we're about to do karaoke. I'm down. Karaoke.
That's y'all song for the month, bitch.
We did that. We did a good job without background music.
Right. Okay. So on the second part of Pillow Talk with Tay, we're gonna get into something that we all saw. Well, Young Jock asked, "Why do gays feel the need to have to come out?" And I guess I'll go first. I feel like coming out, it's not most of the time. It's not for someone. It's for you. It's for your own. It's for yourself. For you. For your confidence. For for you to feel comfortable with who you are as a person. So I don't think when someone says, "Why are you coming out?" it's because of a certain reason or anything. I think that's just affirmation of who you are. Like, you have gotten to a place in your life where you can come out and be who you are and not feel ashamed or embarrassed or anything. I also feel like some people actually let people know that they're gay. Like if you're working with somebody and stuff, you're like, hey, just to let you know, I like guys. Well, because honestly, if you think about it, in certain situations, it does change the dynamic of the situation. Like you could be working with a straight guy, and then all of a sudden you tell him you're gay, and he starts acting weird or whatever, start acting funny with you and stuff. And sometimes you get put in those situations or whatever. So I could kind of understand at the same time, but I just feel like again, when you coming out, it's not for nobody but yourself. I mean, that's just my personal opinion.
I'm gonna say this. Your job, your church, things where you go in fellowship or be with people, it's none of their damn business. I got what Jock was saying when it comes to that. I don't give a damn if you gay or straight. Let's make this money. You know what I'm saying? Like that has nothing to do with how I'm gonna do business with you. Um, I personally never stood coming out because I was outed, so I never had a chance to come out.
Mm-hmm.
But I do see why people do it when it comes to like sports and things.
Mhm.
Like, because you're living a lie. You might be going out and hanging out with girls and you saying like, I know I don't want these bitches, but I want you.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like it's I thought it's personal. I don't understand it when
I
you a
agree.
news anchor, you said, oh hey, I'm gay.
Yeah.
Okay, I watch you for the news. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I want to be like, but I don't know what made him say that.
Right,
right.
So I guess me being insensitive to it, because like one news person actually did, I'm just like,
Right.
what's the weather today, bro? I'm just being honest. So I just never understood it either. But then I'm like, I am gay and I don't know what they go through because like, just imagine being a fraternity, this happened to a couple people I know, and you gotta get the girls and you gotta do all this stuff, and then you cross and then you like a tooth fairy.
Not a tooth fairy.
Y'all done been tricking the boys, taking you straight. Then you got to
He's a tooth fairy.
So you get your letters and then you.
But it's being funny, but like, I feel like if you want to come out, do it for yourself. But to me, if you a teacher, teach me. If you a weatherman, tell me the weather. Your sexual orientation has nothing to do with your job.
I think it's a matter of we live in a heterosexual norm society. And it's not really a need. Like, we don't need to come out. However, when we go through those developmental stages and we're coupling, and the majority of people around you are coupling with the opposite sex, and that just doesn't happen to be the norm of your community, then, we go inward. And so, like, straight people don't have to come out. Like, that's not a
Right.
part of their story. That's not a part of their journey. And so when we come out, like the minute we are in a just get the damn juice.
I was trying to be incognito.
Y'all ain't being incognito, but y'all I'm kept like
You saw I was trying to pour like Stewie on Family Guy.
I'm like.
and Tay's lemonade is in another bottle.
I
So
don't
if
know.
you
We're not gonna show that.
we're not, but I'm just saying,
No,
brand
it's
recognition.
on camera now.
Oh.
It's actually on camera.
It's on camera.
I can't see that.
Oh, you mean
No,
the
I'm-
label of the brand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that bottle when they see
Yeah, that's
that
what I'm
bottle.
saying. So for brand recognition, but anyway, so the minute the minute a gay person comes out into the world with somebody else of the same sex, that's an outing moment. Like, I am now out.
Mhm.
And so, like, even if the words haven't been spoken. So I mean, I think that is a important distinction. So it's not a matter of we have to or we need to come out. The minute we step out into the world with someone of the same sex, or the someone of the whatever, then it's an outed moment.
Right. Devin?
Yeah, I would agree with a little bit of what all of y'all just said. I would also add that the Rock, that Jock probably.
Your
I
mind.
don't think it's this is Terramana. That's all. I think that for Jock to say that, why do people have to come out? It just makes you wonder: do you want everybody who may secretly like guys or whatever to just be like you? And like, is that your desire? Are you curious? like that's my first question for you to say, why do people have to come out? There's so many people who aren't out for whatever reason. However, again, like y'all said, it's personal. I know that's funny, but still, like,
No,
that's
no, no.
true.
I thought it was a good joke. So he was about to be like allegedly just start sucking his dick and not say nothing.
Right, exactly.
I don't even know you gay.
Exactly.
But y'all
But I
suck
feel like
dick.
it's
Right.
personal. And I also feel like, you know, a lot of times, like for me specifically, before I came out as gay, I was under a lot of scrutiny at times because it would be like, oh, you act gay, or people like, oh, I wonder if he's gay. Is he gay? So it's like, now that I came out that I am gay, you don't have to whisper and be like, oh, is he gay? You don't have to
Right.
wonder. You don't have to like be like, oh, like we don't know where you stand. Like, you know clearly where I stand, and it's your choice, or you know, to respect me, not respect me, or you know, be around me or not
I'm
be
gonna
around
open your legs
me.
and I show you where I stand.
So let me ask this: have your students asked you if you were gay?
My students don't ask because they know.
Okay.
But it's been a really good journey with that, only because it hasn't been like, oh, like look at that faggot, or I don't want to be in his class.
Yeah.
Or,
Oh my God! They say that to teachers.
Yeah.
I've seen students say that to men because they were mad at them, but they know that I'm gay. No matter how mad any of my students get, they've never disrespected me in that way.
That's really
Like
good.
even when they get mad at me, I'll put them out. They don't call me gay. Be like, oh, you're gay. They don't do any of that.
Baby, you would never
Um,
come into my classroom.
a lot of them like ask me questions like, you know, about my nails and about like just everything. And of course, you know, we have to maintain professionalism, so I can't get too personal, but there are a lot of students who are like, you know, still figuring out their identities and things like that. So it's kind of helpful to have somebody to kind of, I'll be neutral, like I'm not going to sway you, but yes, I go to work with my nails done, which they look really good. Y'all probably can't
They
see
do.
them that
They
close.
do look good.
They
Thank
do. Are you gonna
you.
work with your nails?
Thank you.
Yeah, well,
You think I went got
I
these
thought
done
you were like
tonight?
Uncle Clifford when you like.
Oh, these are not press ons, babe. Okay. This is a gel manicure, okay? So with design. So these cannot come off unless the nail people take them off. But these are my nails though, just gel. But yeah, even my they've asked me about my nails before. They've asked me about, you know, just different things. And it feels good to be accepted by them. I won't lie. It does feel good to be accepted, and not have to like defend myself every day when I go to work. Even with my colleagues, my coworkers, like I know everybody has their own opinion about gay, straight, whatever, but nobody has been disrespectful or made me feel uncomfortable. So that's my experience with
That's a
coming out.
blessing.
You know, it is a blessing.
I have a
So
that's-
question. I'm sorry, you go. Go
I have
ahead.
a question.
well, I was just gonna say that it's really interesting because I actually saw a post from a woman who questioned whether one of her teachers back in the day was gay.
Mhm.
And she was like, we never asked out of respect. But, you know, now that she's older and she's identifying as lesbian, she was like, you know, it would have been nice to have someone in her life who had the courage to identify as gay.
Exactly.
And so for your students who have that example, I think that's going to make a huge difference in their lives.
I agree. Thank you for that. I definitely
You're welcome.
agree.
So I have a friend who
Thank
was
you.
who is he was a teacher,
Mhm.
and he got married.
Mhm.
And you know how you go, you teach, they have the picture of the husband and the wife.
Mhm.
He pictured me as his husband, and I guess the students saw and went home and complained. You know, not complain like, oh my, you know,
They mentioned
so and
it.
so got him and husband in this picture. They were like, oh my God, well. So anyway, make a long story short, the school made him take the picture down. Is that legal?
That's not legal. For one, that's not legal. So he could have, if he doesn't already,
This happened 8 years ago, so let me put that out there.
it still wasn't legal because
Okay.
there's no like law, there's no rule in education to say that you can't have pictures of your family, no matter who your family is, who you call your family, what your family looks like. There's no rule for that. Now, if he was in the class talking about me and my husband this, me and my husband that, you know, we went here and that might be pushing it. 8 years ago, that might be pushing it, and that might be like considered an inappropriate conversation. But no, that definitely is not right. That's not
Okay,
right.
I want to ask that because I always wondered.
I even have students. I have one student in my class who has two moms, and they're lesbians, and his friends know that they don't treat him any differently. He doesn't feel different by coming to school. So things have changed a lot.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a blessing.
What was your question, Tay?
I was just gonna ask, do you think you're having one in your class that's suspect?
Don't do-
He cannot.
I cannot say
that.
anything like that. Yeah.
No, girl.
Yeah.
Let's go.
No.
No, don't do
Not that there's no one that I know of that I would ever, think about that way or consider like what their sexuality may be.
Girl,
Yeah.
just don't say nothing.
There's
No
We're done.
comment.
Yeah.
We're done.
No,
So,
no comment. He meant no comment. I'm ER.
Yeah.
No comment. We're moving on. Girl, now how you gonna keep him clean?
Because he wants to
Three
sell.
down.
Because he
Three
wants.
down.
Because he wants to sell, mate. That he don't have to fight off. All right, so
Take on me. I need you to protect me.
I'm not fighting, so
Oh, shit. Oh my God.
so on tonight's Menage a Trois, our theme is tripping.
It was actually chosen by
I was good because
audience,
I was
right?
good until you looked at me.
Yeah.
Tripping over titles, and this is a special topic because it was submitted by one of our YouTube subscribers. So Corey, thank you for watching and thank you for wanting to hear what we have to say.
shout out to
Corey.
Corey. Yes.
I wish we knew Corey's last name, but we probably don't need to
Yeah.
air all that out. So Corey asks, do titles change things in a relationship, and does a title come with different expectations and or limitations?
Oh, sorry.
So this is actually a really great question. So this is actually a really great question. And we've actually talked about this on several of occasions briefly, and we tackled a few of the questions, but let's go ahead and break it up. So do titles change things in a relationship? And so, like, you can ask anybody, and there could be different stages of relationships. And like, there's a talking stage, there's a dating stage, there's a boyfriend, girlfriend, then there's fiance, and then there's husband and wife. But even in those earlier stages, there may even be like other stages.
Right.
In between.
Mm-hmm.
Make
Yeah.
up, break up.
Because I consider talking and dating the same thing.
I don't.
And the reason why I say that, because if I'm dating me, I'm dating multiple people to find somebody I want to be in a relationship with. See, I don't call dating relationship. That's not the correlation I use. Talking, dating is dating, relationship, fiance, then husband and wife.
How many people would you date at one time?
I probably did like 4. And
Are
they
you-
all knew. Because,
And would you have sex with all 4?
yeah, if it was the one.
Okay.
If it was given what it was given.
Okay.
I mean, cause I just feel like, to me, and I know, and I used to be bad at this. So I used to like talk to one person, stop talking to everybody, because he said something right and the other people didn't. Then he'd be a big ass disappointment. I'm like, fuck this shit. I'm tired of my heart being broken. I'm gonna talk to you, and you, and whoever who made the best motherfucking man win.
Yeah. I
So
don't think there's anything wrong with that. I just can't sleep with everybody at one time. But I don't know.
but don't you live a free spirited life?
What do you mean by that?
I mean, girl, it came out of your mouth.
When did I say I live a fucking spree? Can't even get
You
out.
didn't know exact words, but
Thank you. Exactly. Y'all love putting words in somebody's mouth. What are y'all talking about?
So before y'all try to ambush our friend on this show,
Right.
I can't with y'all. And
Girl,
I know,
you came for me first. It's like,
No,
we don't got receipts.
First of all, I still don't know what you're talking about, but I was just asking how many would you sleep with? And I just said I couldn't. I'm not saying you're a hoe. I'm just saying that I couldn't do it. Like,
Hey ho, me ho.
did I see you at the convention?
Row 8C16.
I
so
knew that was you.
no. So for me, I think the talking stage is like any kind of communication that we have before we go out on an actual date. And so, like, you can chat online, you can text, you can do all that stuff. But if it hasn't really gone into, hey, let's meet up, let's go on our first date, let's see where this goes, then it's just talking. And then dating, and I agree, like before, I used to maybe talk to multiple people, but only date one. And then I remember I actually had a supervisor who was a counseling supervisor. She was like, really? Like, that quick? And I was like, yeah, like I'll see somebody and it'll be that person. She was like, no, you have to play the field. You actually have to see what's out there
Thank
to see
you.
what you like. And so I tried it and I was like, oh, I like this.
Right.
The streets are for me.
Let's replace the streets with options. So options are for me.
I said what I said.
Okay.
The streets, cool. Mama Joy said the streets be talking.
Nope, I got good PR. And then you get to the boyfriend girlfriend stage, and then of course the fiance stage. Well, I haven't been to the fiance stage, or the husband and wife stage. But then I think it gets a little bit more tailored. So I think to answer the question, I think titles do change things.
Yeah.
Does it really though?
Well, so for me, like, it really is like I have basics, and so be a decent human being, and then be here because you want to be here.
Let me tell you a whole story from the
God, here we go.
past. This is a whole story from the past, guys. I fucked up.
Yes, this bitch is really fucked up.
I'm like, what? Like feeling sweats and all, bitch.
Can't be drinking the phone. But no, for real. So
As we grab.
I knew this guy who had a house with his boyfriend. I didn't know he had a boyfriend at first. Let me just put that out there. So I remember being at Einstein's.
When did you find out he had a boyfriend?
I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
I remember being at Einstein's, and I saw this young man with dreads, 6'2", very attractive young man. He came over to me and my friend and wanted to talk to me. So you know how you get that number, you talk. I never noticed anything because I really wasn't checking for him. Like, I was new to Atlanta, so I was really talking to everybody. And he was like, "Hey, you want to come over?" Then we swapped pictures and things, and
Like,
yeah, new
Okay.
videos and all that stuff. And went over his house. He walks up by the house, you see him with one particular person. I'm like, okay, I thought there was a brother, friend, whatever. And I'm like, well, damn, he in this room. They went to Paris. I'm like, who is this man? He was like, oh, that's my boyfriend. And you know what? I didn't give a fuck. We still had sex. As the picture was hanging on the wall in the bed.
oh no. Well, you weren't looking at the picture anyway.
I really wasn't, but I didn't really give a fuck. I'm just like, you know what? To me, none of that shit matter until you married. You could be a fiance, you could be boyfriend, girlfriend, you could be dating, talking until you got a ring that say y'all doing with before Jesus. I will fuck with you.
So does that still apply if it was your boyfriend or your fiance?
I would be pissed, but I would not be mad. I mean, I have to get over it because, like,
Wait a minute, hold on.
like, I don't own, like, you don't. I don't hate to say like, man, you own somebody, but like, you're not mine on paper. Like,
hold on. I'll be pissed, but I won't be mad. Make that make sense.
no, I'm going for that ass. So let's be clear. I'm gonna be
But
pissed.
that's not a
Deal breaker.
deal breaker, right?
You get one time to cheat. Yeah, I say that.
Yeah, you
before.
did say that.
So but to me, again, speaking from my personal experience, I have sex people who had a boyfriend before, and I didn't give no fuck. And I'm like, you don't owe me shit.
Yeah, I've done it before. But I'm a selfish person and I'm getting older, so I'm just like, I don't have time for me and some other person, and like we could talk after this time, and we can only no, I'm not trying to do all that. I'm selfish, so you need to be into me because I'm gonna be into you.
Yeah, I was
and
24 then. I'm
we'll
31
go
now.
from there. Yeah,
But again, if a man comes my way and I feel like he's gonna be a good man for me, I'm taking him, sis.
well, are you really taking them?
Yeah, I'm making sure. Like,
But if
it
you,
was ultimately like either gonna come over here, he gonna
Right.
stay over there. And like I'm not.
but he
you're
could
not gonna have
easily
sex
say
with
he's
me.
gonna come over to you, and then if something else comes along, what makes you feel like he won't do the same thing
Well,
again?
my mom always say, "How you get him? How you get him? How you lose him?"
So would you be okay with?
If I did to somebody else, I cannot be mad. I did it to them. I took his man. Somebody took my man. Okay, girl.
I don't want to go through all that. I personally want to just do, okay, we're talking, like you said, before we actually go on a date. Then I consider that talking. Like we establish we like each other, whatever. We're having conversation. We end up dating. Then I feel like at some point we need to be like, okay, like what are we?
So let's break the phases down because I think we haven't really effectively done that. So what to you is talking? Are you talking to one person, multiple people?
Multiple people.
Yeah, you can talk to multiple people, but talking is, to me, again, the texting before we meet up, the FaceTiming before we meet up, the hey, how was your day? Good morning, baby. Like,
Really?
you know,
Yeah.
all that. Like that's talking. If we've agreed that
If we haven't met, Like
Yeah,
we haven't
that's
actually
talking.
gone on a date.
Yeah. But if we're now when we go out, then if we go out multiple times, then we're dating. Like we go out on one date, that does not mean we're dating. But if we go out on one date and we plan to keep this thing going, we go on a couple dates, we're dating. Like, we're going out, we're
So
seeing
can you
we're
date more than one person in a dating category?
Yeah, I feel like you can definitely. And
Okay,
I
okay.
would do that. I just wouldn't sleep. And it's not that I would feel like a hoe because it's not the case at all, not to sound like a hoe. But it's not that I would feel like a hoe if I slept with everybody that I was dating at one point. It's not easy for me, especially being like, a full bottom. You can't just be like getting bottom like every day.
They don't say that on Twitter.
Well, I don't think I agree with that. Only because like I feel like even when you're going on dates, though, I feel like I'm still in the talking stage because don't get me wrong. When I was single,
Agreed.
I would talk to like 20 people, and
Mm-mm.
I would text all of them. I would go on dates with all of them, but we were only talking. Like
Right.
it was just that. Like when I see them out in the club, hey, all my hoes being there all the time. Hey y'all, and keep it moving. Like I don't belong to none of y'all.
So hold on. So for me, and I don't know for Devin. I mean, you can speak to this. Like dating, you're still single.
Okay, so
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
everybody's
okay.
agreeing with that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we're dating, so it's.
But I just I wouldn't call it dating. I was just like, we still talking.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
to me,
okay.
that's
Yeah.
the same thing.
So you're saying there is
So dating
really.
talking to me is the same.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say there's no real like dating stage for you.
No, until we solidify, like we actually had this conversation that we're dating.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for me, if I say that we are dating, that means we are exclusive.
Yeah.
Then that means we're boyfriends.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
so
fine.
then that means
Oh,
I
okay.
am no longer. Well, I'm legally single.
But not single. Right.
Right. I'm legally single.
Right.
I liked. Hey, look, some more shirts for the clink clink. Legally single. I
I'm-
said shingle. Single.
So it's single, legally single, and then fiance still legally single, just with a little bit more,
With a ring.
like legally single plus with a ring, and then husband and wife. Then you're
Yeah, nah, I
Yeah,
don't,
that's what
I don't cross that. I never cross that category.
But I feel like honestly, with us giving our difference in opinion, this still is gonna be different for every single
Yeah,
person.
absolutely.
So like it'll be different for every single person. Like even there's a lot of people who feel like we never have to get married. Why do we have to get married? Like title doesn't matter. We like I know people have been together 10 plus years, and that wouldn't be me, but they feel like why get married? Like we're
So make sure this. So Art. So in which stage will you start sharing a bank account?
definitely the
husband, wife.
Yeah.
it would be the fiance for me if we're talking about let's do something like we're not having all of our money joint together, but say we're planning the wedding, so we want to put money aside for the wedding, or we want to put money aside for the honeymoon, or we're going to close on a house after the wedding, so we want to put money aside for that together. Like I would do something like that, but I'm not putting all of my money ever into one account. I just don't want to. I don't.
You see that dash between a boyfriend and girlfriend and fiance?
Uh-huh.
That's when I'm gonna start sharing a bank account. Again, we probably gonna put, and I'll start living with you too. So this is what I did in the past. My ex boyfriend. So we both had jobs, and so we put 20% of our income into this one account. So that one account was for the house, and then we try to see how we were with money.
Right.
So we hey babe, I want an account to buy this or so like we was like, hey, we need to see how you are with your money and vice versa, or your spending habit, because you can always about your own money, but you got somebody else now. You can't be going to spend out $2,000-$3,000 and you
Right.
got a whole household.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So to me, I appreciate that practice because it taught me a lot.
Yeah.
It taught me a lot. I'm like, damn, I just can't go grab $800 out of the account without telling somebody I'm doing it.
Yeah.
So it really taught me how to like, hey, babe.
I like how you said a good practice, and
Yeah.
I think that's a really good practice for people to see how things are gonna go. Just like people moving in together, it's like you get to see how things are gonna go.
Mhm.
So
You never know about till you move in.
That is true.
Baby.
I always said that I didn't want to live with my significant other until we got married because I felt like I wouldn't know the difference between us being married and just dating if we already lived together. But experiencing living with someone, I'm glad that even though we're not getting married, I'm glad that we took the time to do that because it just teaches you things that you just obviously cannot
a whole
know.
different, ain't it a whole
Right.
different level?
Yeah.
It's just a different level, and especially, and it checks yourself too,
That was
because it's like after a long day, do I want to come home to you? After a good day, do I want to come home? After happy hour, do I want to come home? Like all of your different selves that you are, like different days of the week, depending on your day, you're still coming home to this person. So are you still happy they're there, or is it like
Let me make you laugh, y'all. So I like assholes. So I'm an asshole. So
See, I thought you would say something else.
I thought he was talking about like
no, I'm about to make you laugh.
physical
Though.
right.
But so I was seeing this guy like in a previous ex, and we got to it, and I was like, "Fuck you." He's like, "Where you gonna go? You gonna go outside, come right back home?" He's like, "I'll be here." I'm like, "God damn it!" Cause it really makes you face your
Why
problems.
didn't you go to your homegirl's house? That's what I used to do.
I mean, but I gotta go home eventually, like he said, bitch, go out there. I mean, what do you want tonight? Shrimp and grits? He was an asshole. But like, it really makes you. I feel like it matures you a lot too, because like when you like not live with somebody, you like, bitch, fuck you. If I was want to leave you alone for that day, for moving forward, I could.
Or
But you
ignore
can't
you.
do that when you live with somebody. You can't be like, bitch, fuck you. I'm like, what the hell? Where am I gonna go?
Yeah.
I like that experience of seeing if you have that dance. Like when you're in the kitchen and y'all and y'all drinks. When you're in the kitchen and then y'all are moving together and like you
Yeah,
just
I
have
like
that
that.
natural flow. But then when you just maneuver an entire house together, like I love that.
It's really
Yeah.
nice.
It really is.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. I'm not gonna lie. I
Yeah,
enjoy
how
it.
you like it? If you are,
I really enjoyed. When he first moved in, of course we wasn't officially together. And it was kind of odd because I was still I was still talking to people and stuff.
y'all were
and-
friends though,
but
right?
we were
Yeah,
friends, yeah. So I was still talking to people and stuff. And
So you saw your whole faces come over?
no, I went to them. I wasn't gonna be disrespectful because
You're like,
I'm not. But I wasn't gonna be disrespectful because
But y'all were friends, so how
we
was it
were friends,
disrespectful?
but we had like that.
oh,
Yeah.
y'all were fucking around.
No,
friends.
we're not fucking around, but
Friends
we did
with
have.
benefits.
No, but we had
Cuddles?
that. We had that spark, so we knew it was something there.
No, I need you to elaborate on that because people are confused. I'm confused. They're confused too.
Make it
So
make
what is
sense.
a
I'm
spark?
a little confused, but maybe because I was getting some more Terramana.
Yeah, I think it's a Terramana, but anyway.
So what is your definition of a spark?
I mean, it was just like this natural like attraction where we may flirt with each other here and there, or we might make like comments. Like, cause again, before we actually got like real serious and stuff, he would be like, I would be in my bedroom or whatever. He'd be in another room. We wouldn't like be in the same room.
And you never had
and I
nobody come over.
No, not while he was there.
Did he?
No. So it was like
Because y'all already liked each other. So
Right,
even though y'all
so
weren't acting on it,
we
y'all already liked
respect-
each other.
yeah,
right?
So how long was this
respected.
phase?
I'm so confused.
this.
I'm
phase-
clear on the beginning, but it sounds like they really liked each other. So I'm just going with that part.
Honestly, this phase was for a while. I didn't really realize how I felt. Like I told y'all, I really didn't realize how I felt about him until I went to jail and I was missing him.
Wait, when'd you go to jail?
Wait.
I told y'all this
Yo,
already.
bitch, you never said you were arrested.
Baby, it comes
We should have
out
did. We
good,
should have
too.
did background checks. We
Wait a
did
minute.
background checks.
It's a way of life.
Yes, I told y'all I went to jail. Remember?
No,
Oh my god.
you didn't do. You should have did background checks when you audition everybody.
Girl,
for
don't
this.
say my goddamn it. Say what you did. Can you say it on air? If you can't, don't say nothing.
Right.
No, I got to jail because someone
Allegedly.
got it.
Allegedly. Right.
Someone allegedly got a ticket in my name, and
Oh,
I
you
got.
been in jail for a long time.
I was in there for 3 days.
That's a long time.
Long
That's a long
For
time.
someone who ain't never been to jail, yeah, that's
that's
a long time. But
I
that's when
thought he did
realized
jail.
it. No,
That's
hell
the
no.
difference. Yeah.
You thought you
But-
did time like hard.
Yeah.
That's when I realized how I really felt.
Girl, I was like, girl, he can't give you a contract, sweetie.
Wait a minute, do we even know you? That's what I
Who
wanna
is
know.
this guest on the show?
But I just have a question. So, again, because I'm confused, I'm pretty sure somebody out there is confused. So,
Point of
No, probably-
clarity.
It's probably just Rodney.
me and Devin are friends. Me and Devin move in. I don't give a fuck what Devin's doing. He has somebody in his room. I can too. When did it become me caring about who coming over?
I just feel like
Does that make sense?
Yeah, but did you say that y'all moved in together as friends? Or
Yeah,
y'all...
that's why I was confused.
Oh, I thought you were saying y'all were in the same space as friends. Oh, well, I don't. Yeah, that. Yeah.
Because I wouldn't give a fuck who he had over if
Yeah.
we wasn't like feeling each other. Somebody lying.
Oh my God. I'm
See,
not
so
lying.
I'm imagining like Tay laying on his bed, like laying on his stomach with his feet crossed up in the air, just like this, just hoping boy will come across the
Right.
hall.
Right.
No. Let me say something because I didn't want and he knows this, so I can say this. I didn't want a relationship like at all.
But you liked him.
I did like him, but I didn't want a relationship.
What did you want?
Exactly. I'm so.
I was enjoying like
To
my freedom.
Have sex and just talk, right?
Not even
But y'all
that.
wasn't fucking, right?
I used to lock my
But you
door.
wanted to.
I wanted to, yes, but I used to lock my door to keep from doing that.
I'm so confused.
No.
So you taking frustration out and go in the streets and have sex?
What?
Damn, bitch, what are you trying to call me a hoe?
No, I'm just trying to understand. I'm just
Look, let's establish that none of us are hoes.
yeah,
okay?
nobody's a hoe.
No matter what we say up here,
Yeah.
none of us
Right.
are hoes.
We're liberated, bitch.
Let me just get this clear. So
This is fun.
when we lived together,
Learning about Tay.
when we moved in together, I had my own place. He can't stay with me because he needed a place to stay at the time. Okay. Again, we were just friends at that point because he had just got us something and so did I. So neither one of us was looking for anything. Yes, we were generally attracted to each other, but neither one of us act on it.
Okay.
Now, within the time of him living there and stuff, yes, it got to a point where we might flirt here. Like I walked in the kitchen and I saw him or something. Like, we did those things or whatever. But at the same time, I knew that I didn't really want nothing and he did too.
So would y'all like deliberately walk around in your
But
drawers
booty naked.
or in your drawers or something?
Like throw signals.
But booty naked.
I wouldn't, but he did have a tendency to walk around his underwear and stuff, and I feel like he was definitely trying to like tempt me. But
Showing that pretty.
looking at
but
me.
that's why I used to lock my door. Why I used to lock my door? I used to lock my door every day once I came in for the day.
Girl, you
Lock
did not
my
lock
door.
your door.
You think I'm
You
lying?
probably left it
Ask him.
crack. Next time I
Ask
see him, I'll
him.
be like, "Was it?"
Because he came up, he's like, I lock my doors because I knew that I was sexually attracted to him, and I didn't want that because I already knew where it would have went. So I was like,
But why were you trying so hard to resist it? Like, why not just?
Yeah.
I resisted for a long
But
time.
why?
Well, he said he just.
I didn't
Long
want
time.
I didn't
But
want
just
a
because
relationship.
he would have came in your room and y'all had sex, don't mean okay now we're boyfriends.
Yeah.
You gotta remember that we were friends too.
So you didn't want to cross that.
You
thing
were
that-
friends, but you didn't want to bring people over. I'm so confused.
Some people have a general respect for people.
No,
If you're my friend,
no,
bitch,
not off of
I'm
friends.
about to. You about to hit these walls.
If you're my friend, you want me to have people over. If you're my true friend, you want me to
Yeah,
have
I
a sex
mean,
life.
I,
Would it be
if I
lonely?
would have had someone over, I don't think he would have like cared or mind. But I really, at that time, I really don't think there was anybody even important.
You know
enough
what
to
we'll
bring
do? We'll
over.
bring him on the show, and then that way we can just ask him,
Y'all can
and y'all can have
that.
this
He can
conversation.
tell y'all
on
the
show.
whole story.
All right,
We'll have this conversation.
So to wrap this up, last question. So what do y'all think about having to be? Because I've heard a lot of commentary about this. Well, what do you think about like you have to be a husband or be a wife before you even get a ring?
I believe that. I believe you do have to show husband-like qualities.
Mhm.
I don't want to marry somebody like to me. Like right now, I'm 31. So 24 Rodney, 31 Rodney is two different people.
Mm.
If my man is going to the club every time the club door open, you can't miss an event. You can't miss this. You gotta go to every goddamn birthday happen every goddamn time.
You ain't ready.
You're not for me.
Yeah.
Like you still want to be in the streets. I want somebody who can go to brunch like probably 4 times out the year, 6 at a good time. Like I want to see you starting to like, oh, babe, I'm buying this type of stock because I want to invest in the future. Or I'm doing this to move to like I want to start buying property. I want to start like that to me attracts me. You taking pictures for brunch every goddamn weekend. That's nothing. You being shirtless on Instagram.
Mm.
That's nothing for me. Like I want to see you be an adult. That what attracts me. Make a husband.
Okay.
Yeah, I would agree with you have to show like husband like qualities even for a straight couple. If you want to be a wife, you need to show him that you're ready to be a wife or that you could be a wife when the time comes. As far as the like going out every weekend, I think brunch is fine. I would prefer my husband to be like, all right, well, we might be going to brunch or you go to brunch. I'm, at the house, whatever. Just because I think brunch is like a thing, you know what I mean? Even if like you're very productive, like all the time, brunch is like a moment to take some time out, whatever. But I'm more so like, oh, babe, I'm putting food on the grill. Have all your friends come over to the house and we'll do something here.
Oh, that's cute.
Like I would rather that more so than brunch, but Like if you want to hang out with the guys, with the girls, whoever, like every now and then, as long as you're working hard and you're dedicated and you're committed to being a better person, making sure we're good, making sure your family's okay, not providing for them, but just making sure everybody's okay, then have your fun, but just respectfully. And again, not every weekend at the club and shirtless all on Instagram because like save some stuff for your relationship. You know what I mean? If we're at the beach, of course your shirt is off. Like we're in Aruba, of course your shirt is off in every picture. But other than that, like what would be the point to always be shirtless? Like let's just save a little bit for mystery and save most of that for me. Like don't be out here in basketball shorts and gray sweatpants every day. I don't want everybody seeing your print. Like save that for me. If we're at the pool, you have on summer trunks, they might see your print. Cool. But just be tactful.
Yeah, I get
like,
it.
be tactful. Be respectful and tactful.
And for me, it's more like take care of home, no matter where home is. So like if we live together, definitely take care of our home.
Right.
But even if we live separately, like make sure your bills are paid. Make sure you like when I come over, it's tidy. Like
Yes,
It's
God.
clean,
Jesus.
not tidy. It's clean.
well, clean. Well, yeah.
And
but-
your dishes fucking washed.
Yes. And so the thing
Jesus.
is, like, if you are this way when we don't live together, my expectation is that when we do live together, this would maintain.
If somebody knew I was coming over and we're like in a relationship
Mm-hmm.
and the dishes weren't washed, I wouldn't trip because I would figure that I would probably wash the dishes anyway when we live together, as long as you do the things I don't like to do.
So you sitting there pressing this and you gonna be the dishwasher.
No, we're gonna have
I'm tired.
we're gonna have a dishwasher, but my thing is there's things like around the house, outside the house that I don't like to do. So if there's things in the house that you don't like to do that I don't mind doing, then that's where we can compromise and cool.
So you telling me you can leave dishes in the sink for a week? No, let's say 3 days. It's your man 3 days. It's 3 days worth of dishes.
Why
in
would
that
they
sink.
be in there for 3 days?
Some people are nasty like that.
No, I mean if you have a few dishes in your sink and I'm coming over, you don't have to make sure the dishes are washed. If we're in a relationship and we're like if we just met and you invite me over, your house should be clean.
Y'all, we gonna miss the letter.
Oh,
All right. Tay.
Wait, Tay, you want to say something? You
Yeah,
want
I'll
to say
say real
something?
quick. I understand where you come from that because I know there's certain things that I do that he don't like to do, and there's certain things that
Right,
he does.
exactly.
Like the hard labor and stuff, putting shit together and stuff. That's all him. He
Thank
don't
you,
even
exactly.
ask. Like, don't even ask me. Washing dishes, cleaning up, cooking. I ain't a problem.
Right.
I was groomed to be a husband, so.
Man, I'm waiting.
Same, exactly, same.
That's with the shoulder.
Exactly. Same.
Child, you been home all day. Didn't want to eat. Bitch, I'm not Betty Crocker.
Corey, I
am.
hope we answered your question.
Yes, Corey. Thank you so much.
All right, so moving on to our last segment of the show. I hate when it's time to wrap up. Left on Red. So I want to start really quick. Production's telling us we have to wrap up soon, but I want to start off by just apologizing to our viewers. So a few people were offended by the way that we read the last letter. So I just wanted to make it clear that we certainly were not mocking anyone. We would never do that if when it comes to like making fun of the way that someone may read or write, whatever the case. So that was not our intention. However, typically we edit the letters before we read them on the teleprompter, and that week we didn't. So we were just a little bit taken back by a few different things. So it was a lot of laughter, but we never want to mock anybody. That was
Yes.
not our intention. So we just want to apologize for that. Also, with that being said, I want to let you guys know, as much as we love and respect you all, we are not going to apologize every time you guys say something. So again, we want to be open. It's called Open Relationship Podcast, and we want to be our true, authentic selves. But we don't want to, come at anybody or make anybody feel bad. Anyway, so that was that. Again, we apologize, but there won't always be an apology. So, Left on Red. This letter reads, I'm a product of divorced parents, and I'm wondering how any of us are actually out.
Don't start already.
He meant many.
That was my error at that time. That's
Let's
what
start
I
over.
meant.
Let's start over.
No. All right. So I'm a product of divorced parents, and I'm wondering how many of us are actually out there. I am in my 30s, single, and can count on one hand the number of friends who are in successful relationships. Most people I know, including myself, have trouble with relationships. Is it a sign of the times? My mother, for instance, is one of 6 children. Between her and my other aunts and uncles, all but one are divorced. Are the odds that a relationship will not last in our favor? The more I think about solid, successful, healthy relationships, I've seen very few examples in my life. most of us aren't achieving success because we don't even know what that looks like.
Mm.
I love listening to the podcast and would appreciate what opinions you all have.
This is really good.
I love this.
This is
I
really
really like
good.
I love this letter.
Yeah, this is really good, and it was written well.
So
Don't do that. We're not doing that.
I don't know if it's a terror mine or not, but I kind of didn't understand the question.
You didn't.
So basically, to sum it all up, he's saying that he's thinking about like his mother and father and the older generations, and they have like wonderful relationships. They have plenty of kids, whatever.
Okay.
But he's looking at the relationships nowadays,
No,
and there's
that's not
not
what he said.
many examples to go by.
So, well, he was saying that like his mother, for instance, one of 6 children, between his aunts and uncles, all but one are divorced, and he hasn't had a lot of successful relationships, and even in his peer group.
Thank you for
And so,
clarifying
no
that.
problem. And so,
I thought you said that.
well, he did. So we're clarifying for.
Oh,
Tay.
okay.
Well, no, he said the previous generations were successful.
Yeah.
And that was
So I missed one piece of it,
Yeah.
so I wasn't completely wrong, which I never am.
And I never
But-
said you were.
Right. Well, I just wanted them to know.
And I'm just clarifying. for
Yeah. Yeah. So thank you.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
So, he just wants to know if like having an unsuccessful relationship is the draw for him and his generation. Maybe us.
And I think many people in he's probably in our generation.
Mhm.
And I think a lot of people in our generation feel that way just because it's a lot of what we see. Like it's about different things. Like life is about different things for so many other people. So like having money is more important. Success is more important. Like even for a lot of people, oh, you got to take care of me first. Are you treating? Are you like, what are you doing to show me? And I'm not saying that's me, but a lot of people are like, okay, where's the material? Show me you like me, pay a bill, whatever. So it's like we're putting so much emphasis on what are you doing for me that it's not like get a chance to know me and love me and let me get a chance to know and love you, with just that being the forefront, and then we'll get into the material, blah 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 blah. So I definitely think with social media, all of that, it just glorifies marriage and relationships in a different way rather than like a true authentic like I got you, you got me, and we really love each other.
And I think there is a lack of representation when it comes to intimacy. And so we don't necessarily get to see our parents hugging and kissing on each other, especially like this individual whose parents aren't together or their parents weren't together. And so, like, if your parents weren't together and you didn't get to see that, and then their parents and like your grandparents, they weren't together and you didn't get to see that, then you really don't know how to navigate the world in that intimate space when you're having relationships. And so it really just becomes, and like you really have to figure it out. And there are other examples out there. Like I'm a big believer in like the world is huge. The world is very big. And so you can find examples of what you need out there. And so if your parents didn't have it, then you have to go get that from somewhere else. And so, but it also means that when you're navigating spaces and you're building your friend group, and we've talked about this before, like how people move to Atlanta and then they trauma bond and they find friendships with people who are going through the same kind of hurt that they are. Like we do the same thing, and like we find people who come from broken homes, and
Subconsciously a lot of times.
yeah,
Right.
and so the thing is, it's like when you find the opposite of what you know, then you have to say, well, what does that look like, and how does it feel for me, and do I want that? Like I am the product of parents who got divorced, and I made a lot of the same mistakes that my parents made early in life. And so now that I'm in this, now that I'm 40, soon to be 41, now I'm looking at life differently. And there are certain things that I'm looking for. And so like even when I'm responding to a lot of the questions that we're asking, I'm like, because those are different than what I saw. Like I didn't see my parents do PDA. And so now when I'm in the dating world and well, dating and boyfriend, like I'm a big believer of PDA, because I remember the first time like I was crossing the street and someone put their hand like right there, and I was like, "Ooh, I like that. I felt safe." Like you didn't want me to get hit by a car. Like that shit was important,
Right.
And so like, and then the first time like we're out to dinner and then someone like grabbed my hand and I was like, "Oh,
like you got me.
You got me."
Right.
Like,
exactly. Yeah.
And so just looking for different things.
That's sweet. I like it.
All right, y'all.
Okay, we gotta wrap it up. You know, like as you all know, I come from a lineage of people being married. Not always happy to put it out there, but they are married. And typically, I would like to say I'd explain the social media era. It really took out the fact that people actually generally don't get to know someone and really know who they are. Because let's be honest, you get mad at somebody and get on Instagram and find somebody to replace that nigga. I done it before. So speaking from
And
experience,
9 out of 10, somebody's already in your DM trying to
Thank
replace
you.
that person.
So to me, I'm not gonna say don't give up on love because love is out there. You just have to make sure you are attracting the characteristic and traits that you want. You have to be what you want. Okay? Y'all both can't be in the clubs and the parties and all that stuff if you think y'all gonna work. It's not gonna work. You have to set yourself up for success. It's like I said, like to make money, to get a better job. You have to work towards it, getting a degree because you know you want to be a principal. You have to work towards things. It's just like putting in a relationship, putting in the work. Putting the work, you don't get anything out of it.
But and to that point, like if you're doing all those things, having someone in your life who's going to support you,
Right.
in that, I think that's very important because
Exactly.
you can be chasing success and then someone be envious of that,
Yeah.
or not,
Or
be
feel like you
supportive.
don't have enough time for me because you're so busy doing
Right.
Yeah. So same page.
Sorry to cut you
Yeah.
off, but
I would say putting the work in your relationship, but
Definitely.
I definitely.
But thank
Don't be
you.
lazy when it comes to relationships. Don't be
No.
lazy in general.
No, I definitely agree with that. Like, you don't be lazy.
no lazy love.
No lazy love. Like,
Thought
if
you
you
were-
want,
No,
if you want a good husband, be a good husband.
Exactly.
Like-
Exactly. We need the bell so I can just ring the bell every time somebody says something really good.
No, but that
Shout out to Terramana. No, seriously. But no, I agree with everyone said. I just feel like when you're in a relationship, it's best to put yourself into that position. Like, you want to be what you want. You know?
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Like-
exactly.
You don't want to be a good boyfriend and then you got somebody who's out in the streets all the time. Like, who wants that?
Yeah.
Like, girl, what are you doing?
Not with me.
So, yeah.
Wait a minute, out there somewhere.
Okay. But you want to be a husband. But you saying you want to be a husband, but you out here doing other things. You in these streets. No.
I think even the Bible says if you want to have friends, show yourself friendly. So,
Yeah.
I didn't see that part.
you probably didn't see a lot, but that's okay though.
You be finding a lot of scriptures I ain't read before, but it's his own child.
Did y'all go to church?
Yes.
Oh.
We already talked about
Must
this.
have been, let me not say that for long. They say get on me. Okay, let's stop.
Look, we don't want this episode to be a train wreck.
I know.
Oh, yes. That was hurtful.
Never mind.
Look,
I'm gonna stop right
but
there.
it is what it is. But that is our time. Anybody else got anything? they need to
I'm
say?
good.
We have a lot, but unfortunately, we can't just stay here all night.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
derailed a little bit.
You know what? I want to say something. Subscribe. Subscribe.
It's
Damn
on
it.
the bottom somewhere,
Yes, it'll be
right?
somewhere on the screen.
It's somewhere on the
over here.
screen.
Right here.
Right here.
Right here.
Subscribe.
But that is our show. Thank you for coming and joining the four of us as we swallow hard topics and spit difference of opinions.
All right, guys. See you next week.
Eye
Till next
openers.
time.